Good morning and welcome to Body and Soul, and it's Friday once again. Okay, so we're still in the workplace and now we are trying to train ourselves to be entrepreneurs because it's really a serious situation. Unemployment is quite serious. So now what the world needs is entrepreneurs. So we're going to have our guest, Acquah, in to talk a little bit about how you can learn to be your own businessman or businesswoman. And then I've got my good friend Penny in again, who's going to give you a session on yoga, African yoga, very rhythmic, to keep you vibrant, to keep you healthy, and to keep you fresh. Because we're all about the workplace, and we're all about your body and your soul within the workplace. So now let me get straight to our motivational message. All right. So today we're talking about entrepreneurs, and the reality of it is that the world at the moment needs people who are innovative. The time has gone, not just Ghana, not just in Africa, but internationally, the time has gone. We are in a time of necessity. And as they say, necessity is a mother to invention. So this is the time now where you cannot be talking about being disadvantaged in any way, because the greater the necessity, the greater the need, the greater the demand on you as individuals and as a nation to start building up ourselves, to be able to look after ourselves and not rely on anybody. So as an entrepreneur, what we start to do is to look out into the world and see how can we make a difference. We're no longer looking for anybody to give us jobs. We're no longer looking for anybody to give us loans. We are no longer looking for anybody to take charge of our God-given right, which is to be able to feed, clothe, and educate ourselves and our children and be a valuable asset in the community. So we cannot wait for somebody to give us that divine right. We have to take hold of it. Now, if we were born with all our assets, if you have a brain to think, then you have the mind and the capacity to work. What I want to explain to you is that there's a massive universe out there. And sometimes, you know, if you're living in a village, or if you're living in a small town, or even, you know, if you're living in Africa and you can't really get easy access out, you might feel that all the opportunities are already taken, that all the chances to improve yourself or to improve the world has already gone by. But no, this is an ever expanding universe. It never stops, and it expands based on your skills. It expands based on your ability to bring things from the invisible and spiritual world into this world. And if we look at the image of the universe, it's one big, vast, empty space. And even this earth, this planet Earth, no matter what it is said, it is highly underpopulated. If we look at Accra, Ghana, most of our people clutter up in Accra and give a feeling of congestion where there really isn't none. You take a few 10-minute drive outside of the city centre and you've gone to pure, beautiful, empty countryside. So what we're saying is that there's still plenty of land for you to explore, a lot of jobs and opportunities, or work and skills and inventions. Like we said, this is a massive, beautiful universe. It doesn't stop growing. You can't make somebody telling you or referring to you that the system is stagnant, that opportunities aren't there. What are you talking about? The tougher it gets, the more opportunities there are there. But now we're looking for geniuses, and now Ghana can lead the way. Ghana can't keep saying that they haven't got resources, they haven't got this. I mean, Azunto is a perfect example of entrepreneurship at its best. What those artists did was, with minimum money, just a camera and a bit of music, they moved around the streets. So instead of spending expensive money on lighting and settings and filming, they created a really good vibration of video and music by just using people on the buses in London and on the streets. And since then, I've seen so many other people copying that trend. So Ghana, what we're saying now is, let's stop relying on politicians. Let's stop relying on some savior from out of the sky. Let's find our own energy. Let's find our own groove, our own ability, and step up to the pace. And the last point that I want to make is that if you're trying to get somewhere in life, be around the people who will support you, especially when you want to be innovative and come with something new and creative. It's easy for people to say, oh, shut up, you're chatting rubbish, or you've never done that before, or nobody else have ever done it before. You know, and they're there to discourage you. But what you've got to know is that if you have a passion in you, if you have something that's burning in you to achieve a skill, then get that thing out, because it's likely that that is what's going to create wealth for you. And when it creates wealth for you, it creates wealth for others. So whether you're a hawker, whether you're selling brooms, whether you're working in a company and you're thinking you want to get out or you want to get up, or, you know, do your own thing, whether you're in government, religion, politics, music, whatever the area you are in, this is time to get innovative. This is time to use your own skill and generate your own money and your own cash based on your own ability. All right, so we're going to leave it there for now. I'm going to call Acquah in, and he's going to discuss with us a little bit more about what it takes to be your own businessman, what it takes to be your own businesswoman, and what it really takes to be an entrepreneur. We'll be back in a moment. Okay, so welcome back, and we've got our guest with us now, Acquah Mensah, and Mensah's going to tell us a little bit about himself, but more importantly about the need for entrepreneurs at the moment. Okay, so welcome, Mensah.
Thank you very much.
Or do you prefer Acquah?
Acquah,
Acquah. I've really had my difficulty getting my tongue around the word Acquah. I don't know why.
Okay.
There's some little words. I think there's a word in Ghana, Acquah. Is it ko, where it's an O, but it's not a closed O?
Okay.
That's the word. Okay, you didn't do tree.
Oh, that's all.
Oh, okay. I always have a problem with that particular letter. Okay, so Acquah, tell me, what do you do?
I'm an entrepreneurship development consultant. I teach
good.
and train entrepreneurship, and especially I coach startups to build sustainable and high growth businesses.
Wow.
You know.
So you're there in the field now, you're seeing the reality. How important do you think it is right now for Ghana, I mean, we know the world, but for Ghana in particular, to, you know, harness their entrepreneurs?
The importance of entrepreneurship now cannot be overemphasized. I mean, in this day and age, globally, and even particularly in this country, where we have so many issues, we have so many challenges and problems everywhere.
Right.
I mean, people need to start thinking innovatively, you know, and how to bring up innovations that would solve these problems all of us around us, and then also to curb unemployment.
Okay. What are some of the areas that you're seeing people are being innovative at the moment? What, is it mostly technology, or where would you say that most innovation is going? Because, you know, one point I want to make quickly is that, is it 491 or 417? Or
419?
419.
Oh, okay, well now.
For if it's if people have the innovation to go online and do something like 419, why can't they use that same genius to do something that's beneficial?
Oh, well, the 419 people come out because we get to hear about them.
Yeah.
But trust me, there's so many other people doing so many innovative things all over, you know, the country that we need to, you know, celebrate. We need to bring out into the limelight, especially in the fashion industry.
Okay.
I know that a lot of women are now going there to bring some serious innovation. It needed much needed innovation there, and how to use made in Ghana, you know, products to be, And then the music industry, the movie, the entertainment industry in general.
Yes.
And I know in IT, people are coming up with software games from Ghana, you know, that are going global.
Really, really?
Yeah,
that is exciting news, actually.
Excellently well.
Okay, so what you're saying is that, you know, because I know technology has reduced job opportunities.
Exactly.
Right, on one hand. But on the other hand, technology is giving us a broader access to a bigger market, isn't it? So in what way has technology took away our jobs?
Well, you know, everything is getting automated. You know, processes are getting automated every day. Things are getting easier done with computers and IT and everything, and things that people used to do, now machines are doing them.
Okay.
So the more we get, modernized, the more we get automated systems in place and everything, then it reduces the need for the human intervention. So as that is reduced, then people get out of jobs.
So where does it give us space, and what do human intervention has to do? What do we have to do? Because the machines are taking our jobs.
So we need to build the machines. So
Right.
we need to think of how innovative we can actually build these processes and the machines, and how we can, put up systems that make it easier to work. But then these things should be done by the people, and that's where the entrepreneurship, comes in. Because we need to be entrepreneurial to build solutions that can be used.
Okay.
Because if these solutions cannot be used, then there's no point. So our focus should be on what solutions can we provide that would enable the automated markets to still use and still bring us some
very true.
Very good returns.
So is it innovation just within, is it in specific areas, or is it in all areas where people can start to be innovative now?
In all areas. In all areas. I mean, look at a typical example of water. It has moved from when we knew it to be in buckets.
When I first came here, it was in a plastic.
Exactly.
And they used to say ice.
Exactly. We used to sell it in cups and everything. And now it has gone through a lot of processes.
Beautiful.
I mean, if that could do, then a lot of everything. I mean, we look at even the way they sell food now. Even local food are being properly packaged. People are selling coconuts with straws and on disposable cups. When you look at things like breakfast, when you drive all over the place, there are breakfasts that are being served in well-packaged containers and packages and all that. I mean, there are so many areas that innovation really, every sector in the economy can benefit from innovative
I think
ideas
people generally feel, though, I think we've been taught in life is that really somebody else should do it. Somebody else should take that step. But you were saying that the market has changed so much and the education is not necessarily lining up. What is that about? What's happening with the market and with our education system?
Unfortunately, the industry, business is moving so fast, things are changing so fast, but unfortunately our educational system is still stagnant. We're using curriculum that we started using in 80s, 70s and 90s. We're still using them. And most of the things that have been taught in school are not relevant in the job market now.
Today.
So you realize that 60 to 70% of the people that are coming out who call themselves graduates are holding certificates to courses that really are not relevant anymore. Even with the marketing students, you realize that most of the things they are studying in school are not really relevant to the kind of innovative.
So it's just filling their time.
Exactly. They're just going for a paper that really is useless in the market.
Just filling their time. And I think parents need to start to appreciate this, isn't it? That if you're paying money for your children to go into education, then what should they be demanding from educational institutions, especially private ones?
Exactly. I mean, yes. The private ones, yes, but they still run curriculums that are coming from Ghana Education Service. They are still have to write exams that, everybody has to write. So even if you go to private institutions, probably the benefits will be with the kind of network that you be associated with and with the kind of skills that probably they introduce in their curriculum and everything. These are not non-examinable, but then it helps. Because one of the major things that everybody needs to know is you need to build skills that can help you turn your ideas into businesses.
Yes, and I think parents need to encourage their children to go for skills that are real now. And being an entrepreneur, being a business person, being self-employed, do you feel this needs to, this is our last question now, but do you feel that this needs to be taught in the schools?
Very important. I was telling you earlier that entrepreneurship is basically about sustainable entrepreneurship. Is about identifying what your natural talents are, what resonates easily with you, and building the requisite skills to be able to turn these talent and interest into products and services that people can use. That's the first level of entrepreneurship. When you identify, so kids, students need to be helped to identify their natural talents and hobbies, and they need to be helped to build requisite skills
on what those habits are, whether it's a singer or a dancer or a scientist or a lawyer.
At that point, they don't have any business with identify opportunities and what's going wrong. They just have business with building skills, that they can use to be relevant and add value to themselves and value to the workplace as well.
Okay, Acquah, it's so nice talking to you, but they're rushing me like crazy. So, okay, we have to move on. But I've enjoyed. Hang around for the exercise. I know you're not going to do anything, but you never know in your chair you might decide to swoon around a little bit. And you come back in and talk to us again, yes, about innovation, and then we can take it from there. All right, God bless you. Hi, we're back again, and now we're on SNR, where we've researched some of the facts about entrepreneurship and what are the important things that we need to think about if we're going to start to be our own businessman or businesswoman, okay? So let's look what we've got going here. This is going to be quite brief, just to make a few key points here. But like I said, if you do want to get in Acquah, get in contact with Acquah or myself, our number is going to be coming up on the screen. So the first thing what we want to tell you when you want to start your own business is don't necessarily go for a loan. Investors are much better and much safer and not so threatening if you have difficulties. Remember, if you've not gone into business before and this is your first business, taking out lots of money on promises or on ideas, you're genuinely going to have to pay that money back. But if you've not had any work experience or opportunity to build your client base, your business is going to be costing you more money in the first 2 or 3 years of your business than what you're making from it. It's very difficult to make our money in the first stages of our business. So if we go and take out a loan straight away, that means straight away we've got a debt on our head. And right at the moment, Ghana as a nation is suffering from debt. So you as an individual don't need to follow that lead. We need to stay out of debt as much as possible. So this is not saying that we count out loans altogether, but think seriously about the loan, about the interest that you're going to have to pay back, and who is it you're getting from, and what is the defaulting on your loan, because can you afford to lose your family land or your family property, which continues to increase in price constantly based on an idea. What I suggest is that you get the idea going at its smallest level, where you need minimum amount of capital, and as you see it building, as there's an interest and demand there, then that's where the time where you might think about loans. But my personal opinion is to go to investors every time who have got a vested interest in what it is you're doing, and that could be a family relative. Then the next thing I want you to do is to test your readiness for self-employment and for the market. So we can test, if we do marks out of tests, where would you rate desire? So you might put desire at 9. You've got the passion, you want to go, you want to do it. But then you might have skill, might be like 3. Experience might be 0, and location might be 10. So what we do is that we would say, okay, desire is there, I have the passion for the job, which is important, and I'm located in the right place, but now my skills are not ready, so I need to develop my skills and my experience. If somebody won't give you a job, do it voluntarily. If somebody won't let you work for them voluntarily, you do it yourself voluntarily. Don't be afraid to fail. Don't be afraid to step out into the marketplace and face up to the realities of the business world. You will constantly be falling down, but you will constantly have to get up again. And this is what the game is. It's up, down, right, fall a little, rise a lot, fall a little bit more, rise even further. Every time you fall, you should be looking to rise higher the next time. And then the next thing, you also have to think, even though you're a small business, we often make the mistake to think, okay, I'm a dressmaker, I'm going to set up my business in dressmaking and just start making dresses and selling them. But being a craftsperson is not the same as being a business person. So when you're a business person, you also have to think like a big businessman. You have to think about marketing, you have to think about customer service, you have to think about what your client base is going to be like, accounts, tax, insurance. Now, I don't want to frighten you, I know this might be frightening, but I'm saying because we have to think about these things, we approach the self-employment one step at a time. And I would say the safest place is in your home. Build your market, build your clientele, get a good customer care. Before you start employing staff, which is another nightmare, before you get a building, which is another big expense, do it in your home, do it at its minimum cost, and try and remember, organize yourself like a professional business, which is to break these up into break your business up into clients, customers, suppliers, where you're going to outlet your goods to. Think about all the different compartments, just like a big business. Only sad thing about it is that you're going to have to do every job in this business until you can afford to employ staff to take on the job. All right there, so where clock is working against us today, so I'm going to call in Penelope. She's going to give you some yoga and take you out with a nice bit of exercise. Okay, we'll be back in a minute with Penny. Hi, okay. So now Penny is going to give you a little exercise. Even though we're talking about the workplace, we still want to look after our health. This is our body and our soul, and there's nothing better to shake off that misery, get us invigorated towards going towards the day and looking for that opportunity to work and to build on our creativity and our talents. And there's nothing that would do that better than a little bit of African yoga to let those energies flow and let creative thoughts start to come in. So Penny, I'm going to leave it to you. Okay?
Okay, this morning we're going to work on opening up the lungs, working on the lower back, and just stretching and opening up so we can start our day. So we're just going to warm up by rotating the waist.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Take it in the opposite direction.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Come up. Going to bring the arms forward. Nice deep breaths as you inhale and exhale. A slight squat again. And you're going forward and back.
1.
Inhale and exhale.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Come up. Nice deep breath. Okay, you're going to inhale. As you exhale, you're going to come up on your toes, stretch, and bring it down. Inhale.
1.
Exhale. Breathe in.
2.
Breathe out.
3, 4, 5, 6.
Come down. We're just going to take it to the side. A nice deep stretch just to open up and really stretch the back.
All the way down, guys.
Deep inhale. Breathe nice and deep. Come up. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale down. Opposite direction. Breathe nice and deep. Bring it up. Nice deep breath. We're going once again, opposite side. Back to center and opposite side. Come up. We're going to bring it down and just place the hands on the lower back. Lean back and really open up. Relax the head and stretch the neck. Breathe nice and deep. And come up. One more time. Deep inhale and lean back. Relax the head. Last time, deep inhale and exhale back. Come up and relax. Okay, we're going to go once again. Just, okay, stretch the arms out, okay, and you're just bringing the hands up. And almost as if you're a tree, what you're doing is you're stretching all the way up. Really pulling from the top of the shoulders, just allowing the vertebrae to stretch from the lower back all the way to the top. Nice deep breaths. Okay? And just allow the head to gently drop back again, opening up the lungs and just deepening the stretch slightly. Head comes forward and relax out.
That is wonderful. I hope everybody enjoyed that with Penny.
Yeah.
Okay, and Basil. So we look forward to seeing you all next week. If you want to come and join Penny with the yoga, we're at the ISIS Centre. Remember, we're in Asu. My number's on the screen and you can call us. Also with Acquah, if you need any advice about being a business entrepreneur or starting your own business, Acquah is the man to talk to, okay? So I look forward to seeing you next week, being creative and looking at how you can create something out of nothing. Sell sand to Arab. Is that clear?
Yeah.
Sell sand to Arabs. That's what we need to be doing today, isn't it?
Mm.
Okay, I'll see you next week.
Bless.